Good morning, my people of Twitch. We come to you for some cleanup time. Because boy, do we need it. A case of symmetry. Up. Up. 1, 2. Ta-da! 14 daily tidies. That's how bad I am at doing this every day. Ta-da! Beautiful. I love doing the daily tidy. So nice, so calm. More calm than... I say more calm than this. Nah, probably not. More calm than this. I did not. Give me 1 second. I have so many windows open. Why do I have so many windows open? Because Steam needs to tell me about their deals every time I open it. Yes, Steam deals? They're like, look at the deals we have. And like, sure, I get it. Gotta tell me about your deals. All right, hold on. Closing everything, getting my windows in the right order. Because, you know, gotta get my windows in the right order. I feel very strongly about the order in which windows are on a screen. I think we've had this conversation before. I've posted my windows to the Discord. If you haven't seen the way I organize my windows, maybe don't look, honestly. You might be horrified. Like, just straight up, you might be horrified. I know a lot of people who are horrified by the state of my windows in my life. I'm gonna be honest. I apparently am a psychopath. I'm gonna be honest. Everyone calls me a psychopath. Actually, everyone calls me like an AI. I get accused of being an AI all the time. Like, legitimately all the time. What am I looking for? Da, 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 da. All right. I did not finish with my windows. Sorry. I'm just a psychopath. You're just gonna stare at this for a second while the mother of it. I was organizing all my windows. I didn't even see my messages. I still have like an unread Discord message I need to go look at. It's probably about your canceled schooling. I don't need to be up this high. I forgot. I'm on the bottom part of the boat now. Oh man. Talk about point blank cleaning. All right, let's just make a straight line down right here. Yeah, no, there is no way you can be almost anywhere right now, outside at least, but especially in certain cities. Yeah, inland is probably the safer way to go based on how your breezes work down in that area. Although I will say, for future reference, probably not a good idea to like, dox yourself on a Twitch chat because I don't know all of my Twitch followers. And while I hope they are all nice humans, and I would assume so, um, it's still probably better to maintain some caution. Yeah. I can get rid of those if you would like, but I just have to like stare at my screen or at nothing for a while. Here, I'll clean this one spot super well. How do I? Hmm. Um, does that work? That should have worked for you. I clicked the button like 5 times because I'm a psychopath. Nice, cool. I was going to say my mods could see it, but I have one mod and I know that he is not present at the moment. Hey, I don't have any mods. Any like real mods. I guess I don't really need mods. Just me chilling by myself, power washing like you do. But yeah, I heard your school got canceled. And rightly so. Air quality is bad. Um, so, you know, some guy went into the classrooms, said, hold on, I need to read this message 5 more times. That's hilarious. Who is some guy? That's the funniest thing ever to me. Um, I was looking for something. Um, nope, can't find it. Probably because my window's too small, but whatever. All right. He just stuck his head in, said, "We're shut down," and left. Yeah, I don't know. I remember one time during the last big fire that they had the students do a fire drill. And I was like, "You're going to send your students outside right now in this air quality?" Like, yikes. Yeah, that's a real thing that happened. And that was I don't know who's in charge of decision making anywhere, but they are real bad at things. Also, I keep forgetting to message someone back. Someone messaged me on Discord the other day, and I keep forgetting to message them back. I say the other day, it's probably now weeks ago because they messaged me right before I had to like be gone for a week. Message right now, while I'm in the middle of power washing the boat. You're gonna get some insane power washing while I attempt to text with my left hand. Okay, message them back right now. I'm gonna click the button. See how long ago this message was. It was probably a while. Because I'm also just that kind of person who like reads text messages and then I reply to them like in my head, and I don't ever actually like reply because I'm doing it in my head. And then I'm like, I'm done now. And um no, that's not how that works. Actually, it has been known that like people who multitask, or at least people who claim they are good at multitasking, are not like at all. So that's fun. Go away. Open. Where's the message? Oh dear. It's a little deep. Yeah. This is funny. Sorry. You enjoy watching me being like really bad at cleaning the boat while I need to move. This thing has probably been cleaned for a while. Oh yeah, that's dirty. Let's clean up here while I text back. Like, look at this. I didn't even make the line all the way down, and that was before I was attempting to multitask. We're just gonna clean this area of the vo. I'm just gonna make like weird shapes while I attempt to text. My left hand is so dumb. Like really bad. And now I'm forgetting to power wash. Gosh, this whole area is going to be a mess when I finally look back up again. Focus, brain. Focus. Forgetting to power wash, forgetting to power wash. Oh gosh, this is so hard. What a great stream. Just me silently power washing poorly while I, ugh, gosh, typo, I ignored. Hold on. Let me just stop for a second and finish this message. I'm almost done. Okay. Has been messaged back. Okay, okay. Oh my gosh, I made a mess. It's horrible. Let's go back and fix those errors first of all. There's another one over there. Good Lord. All right, and now we'll get back to power washing like a normal person. I say a normal person. Do normal people power wash for fun? Probably not. Probably not. Just me. Anyhow, where we at? Funny story. Yes, very much. When we were on our way home, we saw two fires. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The way I'm making shapes, abruptly stopping and washing in one spot, and then making weird shapes again. Yeah, that's honestly just me being like, thinking too much about how to spell words and then losing focus. And then, see, I'm doing it again. But I'm doing it this time because I'm like, this is so dirty. I need to clean it. Yeah, it's all focus. It's my brain like cuts out and is like, focus on one thing. And I'm like, yes, I will focus on one thing. And then I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be focusing on two things. And then and then I like try and it's not fun. Well, it's not good. It's arguably fun, but it's not probably very productive. And then this is the problem. Like they just messaged me back immediately. Try to text back, be a good person. I love that little. What animal is that? Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. I love that emoji. I think it's very cute. I don't know what it is. I have no, it's a corgi. Interesting. Does it not like say if you hover over it, or does it say something weird? I say hover over it. You're probably on a mobile device and do not have the ability to hover. Honestly, it says Pop Nemo. Pop Nemo. Pop Nemo. I don't know. Ugh, there we go. Yes, always. Always down to say hi to, honestly, most people. Saying hi is free. Sometimes I say hi to people because I think they're like waving at me or like nodding at me or something. And then they're not. And I'm just like, oh well. And I'll just like shrug and be like, whatever. Um, but then I think they think I'm a weirdo for like, I don't know, waving at them, saying hi. Hello. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me also reply. There you go. I forgot I'm on the floor. Gotta walk around. Walk around. This seems like not a safe place to be standing, but I also have to get behind the rope, which is gonna be difficult. Difficult. Lemon. Difficult. Ooh. I am physically not great. I think I slept weird last night, and I have several stiff muscles in my back and side. I don't know what happened. Just abruptly woke up and was like, I can't move. Which I wish I could say doesn't happen often. I guess it doesn't happen often, depending on your definition of often. But like it does happen occasionally, and it is like just a constant reminder that the human body is like one of the worst architectural nightmares in the world. It is, yeah, not a vibe. I basically like plopped myself down in this chair as like straight as possible to like limit strain on my back muscles. And I probably won't move from this position until I need food. That's it. Need food. Also, wait, do you guys still bake? I have baking questions. Because I've been trying to make pumpkin bread from like a recipe that I know works because I've done it before. And I like the texture has been coming out disgusting. Like the last one was essentially unedible. It was horrible. And I was like, I've made this recipe before. I know this recipe works. And the texture is just so bad. And I'm like, is it like, is the oven temperature just like completely wrong? Should I get a thermometer for the oven? Should I adjust the recipe a little bit, it's been just an absolute tragedy. You probably don't have that much knowledge of baking to be able to like solve that problem for me. But it has been a concern, like a huge concern. I'm thinking about maybe trying a different recipe and seeing if that works. Thermometer for the oven. You're probably right. But like it was, it was like the first attempt also came out pretty bad. I'm going to be honest with you. But the first attempt was only half bad. I don't know what happened, but like, you're going to make apple pie. Ooh. I mean, you could still make apple pie today. Apple pies are pretty easy to make, I must say. Apple pies are pretty chill to make. I had some apples that are like really good baking apples. I don't know if you've had them. They're called Pink Ladies. They are my favorite. Oh, they're my second favorite apple. My first favorite apple is Granny Smith apples, but my boyfriend does not enjoy green apples. So we compromised and got the next most tart apples called Pink Ladies, and I love them too. They're so good. But we've been getting apples, and like I eat apples like, for fun. And we were like, chilling, and then I bit into an apple and I was like, ooh, this apple is starting to not be good. It was starting to get that like mealy texture, and I was like, we're gonna have to throw out these apples, or we're gonna have to use them like in a baking recipe, because that is essentially the best way to save fruits that are starting to turn. So I was like, I know how to bake. I'll just like whip up a pie crust real fast and we'll make like little mini apple pies. And then I was like, actually, I don't think I have a pie dish, so I'll just make like empanadas. And I was like, sure, that's fine. I could do that. So I made a pie crust, and then I immediately realized that I don't own a rolling pin. And I was like, how am I going to roll out my pie crust? What's up, Marty Charlie? How's it going? How is this clean? Oh, I cleaned it from the top. I've just like freaked myself out. Yeah, I don't have a rolling pin. So I was like, what am I going to, I had pie crust made and not rolled out, and I had prepared apples. I had already cut up my apple mixture, and I, you know, had to bake them like soon-ish. So I used a hot sauce bottle as a rolling pin. Not even joking a little bit. I straight up got a hot sauce bottle, and you got the platinum medal achievement, or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Is it a medal? Is it an achievement? Do they give you a medal? I hope they give you a medal. That's exciting. On the PlayStation, when you do achievements, they give you like a trophy. It's just a picture of a trophy, admittedly. Like they're not going to like actually send you a real trophy, but they do give you a trophy, which is fun until the game you're playing automatically uploads or updates without you knowing it, and then takes away your gold trophy because they added stuff to the game that requires now new trophies. And that is horrible, and also one of the reasons why I hate DLCs. They added a DLC to a game that I played, and then they took away my gold trophy for having 100% completion on a game, and I was livid. You're on PS5. That makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, I was doing it on PS4, and I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, I'm going to 100% Kingdom Hearts 3. So I did, and then everything was fine and dandy. And then, like a month later, they added a DLC to Kingdom Hearts 3. And I don't know, part of the DLC had achievements in it. So now there are 2 achievements for a game I do not have. I don't have the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. Why do the achievements count against me? That's what I want to know. I'm mad about it. I'm still mad about it. I'll be mad about it forever. Because I'm so mad about about the way that they have managed DLCs in like video games, just broadly speaking. It bothers me so much. I think DLCs are the worst. Um, I don't think DLCs should exist. Just don't sell me an incomplete game. Bothers me so. I'm getting like more frustrated just thinking about it. Gosh, I hate DLCs. Powerwash Simulator DLCs don't count towards progress. Good. They shouldn't. Um, yeah, and you should get your little trophy, especially if I don't know if the interface for PlayStation has changed for trophies because I don't have a PS5. I have a PS4. My PlayStations are essentially just Kingdom Hearts machines. I don't really play any other games on console other than Kingdom Hearts. And now Kingdom Hearts is on Steam. So now I won't do that either, probably. Actually, I probably still will. I have a big preference towards physically owning games because I read the terms and conditions of most things like a psychopath. Maybe this is why people call me an AI. And the verbiage around ownership of video games is very concerning. Same with Steam. I don't really like having games on Steam, which is why I mostly buy games on Steam that I care less about, essentially. Like games that if they vanished, I would just be like, meh. Because like when you buy a game on Steam, you don't own it. It is not yours. You own like essentially a license to the game. And that bothers me. I don't want to just have a license to a game if I am paying like $70 for it. That's absurd. Which is why I buy cartridges of Pokemon games. Like even when Nintendo was doing their like buy old Pokemon games to like play, I still was like, absolutely not. I am going to buy the cartridge for your Pokemon games. And I will continue to buy cartridges for games as much as possible, just because then you actually own it. And it can't just be stripped away from you whenever Nintendo feels like it or whatever game company feels like it. Because let's be real, Nintendo kind of sets the precedent for a lot of game companies, and they're not great about things because all they care about is money. And yikes, Nintendo got so many issues. I agree. Yeah, no, 100%. You're 100% correct. If you're not going to give me the option to own something after purchasing it with money, then like you can't complain about how it is obtained. I 100% firmly agree with that. It's kind of like also the reason why I still buy physical CDs. I was having this conversation with Delete the other day during the Kingdom Hearts stream. We were talking about music. Buying physical CDs is like, one, nice, but also like it's hard nowadays to like justify it because a lot of devices don't come with CD-ROMs. Like no drive to hold your CDs and get your information out of it. But oh gosh, physically owning CDs was like the best. And the best thing about physical ownership of CDs was that it was yours and you could do whatever you wanted with it, including making mixtapes for your friends. I love mixtapes. Mixtapes are how I listened to a lot of early music. And also, mixtapes are like the way I listened to a lot of early albums because there were a lot of bands that I liked. And I I didn't have money. I didn't have a source of income. My parents didn't give me an allowance. Like, what was I gonna do? I had to like wait for my birthday to get some money and then have a little bit of money to spend on occasional purchases. Like, I wasn't gonna spend my small amount of money on CDs that my friends already had. Instead, I spent my money on blank CDs that were much, much cheaper and that you could get a lot of them for, and asked my friends to burn me mixtapes or burn me the whole album of like whatever thing had come out because I wanted to listen to music. And most of my friends didn't know how to do this, and I had to teach them how to rip CDs. But you know what? They learned something, and we got to listen to more music that way, and it was great. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, my mixtapes when I was a child were like completely unhinged because it was like music from my friends, music from video games, and music from my parents, and just all over the place. Good Lord. Someone, I was going to say someone should have reined me in when I was younger, but also I am so glad that my taste in music is as varied as it is. It makes me very happy. I like listening to like very, very different genres of music all the time. Like I know that it was like quarantine time, COVID times when like sea shanties got big. Everyone was like into sea shanties. I was into sea shanties, not to be like that person, but I was. I was listening to sea shanties a lot before they ever had any sort of notoriety on like TikTok or whatever because TikTok didn't exist. And I would listen to them all the time. I would just like open up sea shanty playlists on YouTube and listen to them. And I remember when it started happening on TikTok. I wasn't on TikTok, so it took a while to get to me, first of all. But my sister is the one who first like texted me and she was like, "You are never going to guess what the current music trend is." And I was like, K-pop? Because like K-pop was becoming pretty big. And she was like, no, K-pop's already big. This thing is like starting to trend. And I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, and she sent me a video, the video of the sea shanties. And I was like, my time has come. I am obsessed with sea shanties. I love them. I have always loved sea shanties. I think it was ever since like when I was in middle school, when I was part of the middle school band, we did the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. And I was like, pirate music is so good. I love pirate music. Obviously, I like, had a very limited idea of what pirate music was because of the Disney influence on the movie. But I was like, surely there is more pirate music. And thankfully, middle school was also around the time of the internet resurgence of like YouTube and stuff like that. So I I think I just searched like literally pirate music, and it was through my terrible searching of pirate music that I discovered sea shanties, and then I was lost forever. I love sea shanties. I'm obsessed with sea shanties. I kind of go in and out of phases with music now, but like I always go back to them. I always go back to them. I wish I had saved some of those like YouTube playlists from back in the day. I still remember most of like my favorite songs of the genres, but like sometimes YouTube would like randomly have like a good song that it would put up and I'd be like, "Hello, YouTube? YouTube playlists, man. Whoever made those. Huge shout out. You did me so many favors because let me tell you, when you were trying to sew a gown and you were on the floor, you don't really want to get up to choose a new song every like 3 minutes. It is exhausting to get up and down off the floor. Maybe this is why I have back problems. Not that my current back problems are from being on the floor because I haven't spent much time on the floor recently, but definitely some of my early back problems can be attributed to sewing. Unless I did some structural damage while I was. Ooh, hello? Sorry, I just started. I have to do smaller mouse movements today. I slept weird last night. Now my back hurts. I don't know why the human body is this terrible. Actually, I do know why the human body is this terrible. It's bipedalism. Bipedalism did this to us. This is the problem with like having studied a lot of things and reading a lot of books as a child and also as an adult is that like Most people can like dismiss a conversation by saying like, I don't know about that, you know? But because I have read so much stuff, I don't like I can't say that. Like I do know about these things. I can't just dismiss topics and be like, I don't know about that. I can just actually talk about them for a while. Is that a spot? No. Okay. Yeah, it's real fun to like, you know, essentially have as much to have a wide variety of knowledge, even small amounts of knowledge about a variety of things. Because then when you meet new people, you can easily latch onto something that they find interesting and talk to them about it, which is great because I need like a guidebook on how to talk to people. I don't know how to do that. Like I made a friend on the internet. I say, like all of my friends from the internet, you know. I made a friend on the internet once and we were like just chatting and we both like played video games and we both liked writing for fun. So we were talking about that for a while. And I was just messaging them the way I would message anyone, like you do. And I was going like we were talking casually, everything was having we were having a good time. And um one day I said something. I don't remember what I said, but their next response was like, "Hey, you are a human, right?" And I was like, Yes, like I have a body made out of flesh and bones and organs." And they were like, "All right, just making sure because like your response sounded like something an AI would say." And I was like, "You're not the first person who's told me that." Because they're not. I have been accused of being an AI multiple times. I guess it's not common for people to have as thorough evaluations of how they are responding to things and calibrating those responses according to information that they discover and get along the way. And I also recognize that that sentence also sounds like something an AI would say. But that's just the way my brain thinks. And it's also one of my favorite things about the English language is like people want to talk about like large vocabularies. I'm not into large vocabularies because I want to sound smart. I'm into large vocabularies because English is one of the only languages in which you can like very, very specifically say something with a small number of words. And I love that. I love the nuance of vocabulary in English so much. And yeah, I will 100% be that person to like I know English is a terrible language in like learning and content and whatnot. But gosh, the ability to have diction, the way that we have diction, incredible. Hold on, you're playing Powerwash Simulator on the PlayStation? That means you are not aiming with a mouse and keyboard, and suddenly that seems way harder to me. I don't know why that just occurred to me that you are using a controller to power wash. Aiming with a controller to power wash sounds crazy. And that is how long it took my brain to process what you said entirely. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine doing this on a joystick. Mostly because, like, with a joystick, it would be even, for me, it would be even crazier. Like, I can only do these small movements because I am using a mouse. I would not be able to do these types of small precision-y things with a joystick. Unless you're not. Unless you're just doing this. That's still joystick movement. That's absolute. Marty Charlie, I think you're a god. Because, like, that's insane. absolute insanity. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Someone texted me. Using a stick is easier. Easy? Easier. Hold on. And the part of me is now like, let me get out my I have a PlayStation controller right next to me. I could plug it in and oh, can I reach it? I think I can reach it. I hurt my back last night, so reaching is not one of my fields of expertise. How did I know? How did I know that you're a god? Sometimes I have these suspicions, you know? And that's okay. But hold on, I'm about to test your controller. I'm gonna plug my controller in, and you're gonna watch me like just completely spaz out and be horrible at this game. Okay, I've grabbed my controller. I maybe should have put myself at the top of the map before I did this. Will it make the noise? Are you attached? Yeah, okay. All right, X is jump. But I have to learn all my commands right now. Um, this is movement. This is camera. Oh, that's nozzle flipping. Rotation, also nozzle flipping. Shoot. Camera. Camera is up. Okay. Ooh, I don't like. Oh, what does circle do? Whoa! Nozzles, extensions. Turn. I was like, did I miss a spot? No, okay. Turn. Get myself to like a section. That's the water button. And look down. Down. It's just straight down. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I'm trying to go straight up. It's not working. Cool. Well, pretend that's my boundary line. You guys have seen my other boundary lines. I'm gonna position myself in the middle. Give myself free movement and see if oh god. Oh my um okay. I missed a spot over there. This is more focus than I have ever used in this game. Oh man. Can I do like I understand why you've bought upgrades. I don't know if I can do this. I'm trying. What was the dirt button? That button? There's a spot over there. Eh. I think I got it. Yeah. I'm not holding the controller correctly. I just put my like middle finger on the joystick to do this. My thumb is not smart at this. And now we see the real reason I've never played FPS games. Or at least not like with any degree of seriousness. This is so hard. Oh gosh. Oh dear Lord. I know I can see the spots that I've missed up here and I can't. Okay, This way, sideways, up a little bit, sideways. How on earth did you 100% the game like this? You are, no, I was 100% correct. You are a god. This is insanity. Absolute insanity. This is so, so hard. Fast, quick, yeah. Fast, quick stick movements, 100%, 100%. They're so fast, I can't control them at all. I am trying to go slow. I am actively trying to move slowly. How do you, now I'm like, what direction do you move in? I think side to side is probably the easiest. I missed a spot up here. I can see it. I missed a lot of spots up here. I could see them. You miss spots and then flick to get back to them. Okay, so then let's try to go a little bit faster. I guess the good thing about the stick is that it sets your pace slower. It is easier to up and down. This is my attempt at going up and down. Because it sets your pace slower, you are cleaning like to perfection faster without having to like go over a spot multiple times, which is nice. Like, yeah, like one, it's kind of nice to have the set speed and not be able to like, I'm gonna grab my mouse real fast, not be able to do this. Because when you do that with a mouse, like if I tried to do that, very different speeds. Turn, lock, turn, lock, water. Why did the controller vibrate? What about what I just did made the controller vibrate? Yeah, so having the set speed is very nice. I do enjoy that. And that I think does make the game easier because if you can't go faster, it is more difficult to, or easier to keep going over or to only go over the spots once. You get clean faster for sure. My brain is not working right now. I am putting so much concentration into this. How on earth? How on earth? My controller is nearby because I play Kingdom Hearts on it. Kingdom Hearts got to be the game I've purchased the most in my life. I own all of the games from like when they came out. It vibrates when I'm on dirt. No. Or at least it didn't just then. God damn it. Wrong button. Water. It vibrates when you start power washing or when I start power washing. Maybe it's a different setting for PC. How do I get this? Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is so much worse. I'm trying to get the white parts down there and I am missing a lot. Cool. Nope. I'm trying to move. Okay. You have vibrations on high. I don't know what my vibration settings are because I haven't done this before. Cool. That's a lot of the map. Free camera is that button. There we go. I also now, like I do, hold on. What if I do it without the free camera mode? Does that make it easier with the controller? Ooh, that makes me way dizzy. I can't control this at all. What on earth? Marty Shirley, I'm beginning to understand that we have very different brains. And like, I recognize that because we are different humans, but like, very different brains. Because, ooh, man. No, what's the Durban? That's the Durban. Slightly easier up and downing when the camera is locked. Somewhere over there. Oof. I hope this is entertaining to you at least a little bit because yikes, I am struggling. Someone tell me when I'm allowed to go back to my controller. Or my mouse. I've never missed my mouse so much. I like struggle to play a lot of games with a mouse and keyboard because controllers just feel so natural to me. Because I grew up playing PlayStation. It's only like recently that I have played PC. I say recently, it's been years now. This seems very robotic. Hello, Matt Oliver. Welcome. I am attempting to use the PlayStation controller to clean, and this is one, dizzying. Two, I have no control. You found it easy from the start. Oh, yeah, very different brains. Very different brains, my dude. Oof. Yeah? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm like short circuiting. Another phrase that I've used often to describe my brain that makes people think I'm an AI. I do. I feel like I'm short circuiting. Ah! Okay. Camera. This is slightly easier. I guess like with all things, the more familiarity, the easier it gets. I do love that it limits your speed. I don't love that I'm terrible at it. Like I feel like God, I feel like my brain is gonna explode. I got that part. Did I miss a part over here? Yeah, I did. Lots. Lots. All right. Um, Marty Charlie, you win. You win Powerwash Simulator. I don't know if that's possible. I'm gonna like make you a certificate and be like absolute winner of Powerwash Simulator. This is so hard. I feel like I need to stop and go do something I'm good at. Need to go like I don't know. I'm trying to now think of something that I'm good at. I was gonna do like something where I can flex. Play the watermelon game. I'm really good at the watermelon game. Most of the things I'm good at and that I enjoy doing for fun would probably not make good streaming content. Like, you guys want to watch me play Sudoku? I can beat most puzzles in about 30 seconds. I'm very good at Sudoku. Gosh, how do you? Ugh. I'm trying to do like little tiny circles and I can't. I can't do little tiny circles. Look at this. Oh man. Once I finish this section, I'm going back to my mouse and keyboard. Oof. Like this is one of those times where I'm like, I need to flex at something and be good because this is yikes. You would watch me play Sudoku? Nice. Do they make Sudoku for desktop? I love Sudoku. I am low-key addicted to Sudoku. I could play forever. I also like play a lot of those um like Wordle offshoots. Oh, speaking of which, if anyone plays Wordle, I don't know if you guys play Wordle or not. We've never discussed it here. Um, the New York Times employees, New York Times is the company that owns Wordle. The employees are currently on strike. So by playing Wordle, you are technically crossing a picket line. So if you are mindful about those sort of things, maybe don't play Wordle for a while. I've been checking it daily because I do play Wordle, or I used to play Wordle every day. I've stopped now for the past couple of days because of the strike. I strongly believe in living a life constituent with my values, which is really hard a lot of times. But that is one of the things that I will adhere to. I refuse to cross a picket line. So I have not played Wordle for a couple of days, and you shouldn't either if you are considerate of things like picket lines, even virtual ones, because it is important that people also, yeah, New York Times like does not pay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I saw a job posting for the New York Times once, and it was like $15 an hour. And I'm like, $15 an hour? In New York, of all places? Like, that is absurd. That is not a living wage by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, the boat is, we can change my nozzle. Give me my camera back. Bum, 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 bum. This big. Up, up, up. Nope, I missed. Up, up, up. Jump. This big. Let's come to the top. Hey, speaking of fires, look it. There's a fire in this game too. Just kidding, it's a volcano. This big. This is the boat. I already cleaned all the rest of it. I am now just cleaning the outside. I cannot. Marty Charlie! How on earth do you move? I am struggling. Haven't even finished this section. And now, this is not. What the heck is this? Button. I do have a spinning nozzle. What? No, go back to this one. I liked it better. I'd hit my keyboard for that because I didn't know what was going on. Water. Yeah, my controller vibrates like when I first start cleaning. Yeah. Oh, traumatizing fire. If you're here to talk about the traumatizing fire, friendly reminder not to dox yourself on the internet. Highly recommended that you don't do that. Especially since I don't have mods to watch chat and, clean those things up. So, yeah. But I am attempting to power wash with this controller, and it is a struggle. I definitely understand the preference for keeping the camera locked. I also enjoy the set speed. The set speed is very nice. I kind of wish I could cap the speed of my mouse. Maybe if I lower my mouse sensitivity on this game. On most games I play, my mouse sensitivity is like literally as high as possible. Like when I played League of Legends, that mouse be going crazy. And that's mostly like control my camera. Although I'm worse at it, I've realized. Maybe it's because I stopped playing League for like 5 years. A long time ago. I took a 5-year break from playing League. But in that 5 years when I came back to it, I was worse at the game, particularly controlling my camera. I was so much better at it before. I gotta like train myself to fix that again. I I missed so many spots. This is horrible. Horrible. So bad. Someone tell me when it's good enough and I can go back to my mouse and keyboard. Unless you just want to watch me struggle, which I do understand. It's probably easier to like write in cursive with the joystick. Still missed? Yep, still missed. I told myself that when I was done with this section, I would go back to my mouse and keyboard. I was just going to do this. That's a whole bottom part. It's still dirty. How? That's not the right button. How? I don't know which direction I'm facing anymore. The good news is I got most of the dirt. I can't look that way. You go this way. Dirt? Oh, gosh, I still missed a spot over here. Ah, panic. Okay, I got it. I got it. Just a little bit over here. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. Nope, there's some over here. I got it. Okay. Now there was like 2 spots over here. Got those. 1 spot over here. How do you... I know, right? It's not... I'm trying to get... Once I get all these spots, I'm going back to my mouse and keyboard because I am struggling. This is the longest a section of this boat has taken me, and I was doing so well. I was averaging like 5 minutes a section of the outside of the boat, I think, yesterday. Maybe 10. But like, how long has it been? Are there timestamps in Discord chat? Because like we could figure it out. Ah! Spots? No. Oh gosh. No. Oh, also, if anyone present has opinions on what Pokemon most resemble certain animals, I need your help in the Discord. I have made a new channel just for Pokemon, and I am planning the Little Bear run in that channel. And I need help figuring out which game has all the Pokemon I need to play a run of the Little Bear Challenge. A little bit over here. The biggest issue appears to be Owl. The good news is Hoo is in a lot of games. The second problem is Duck, but Psyduck is also in. I missed a spot all the way over there. Are you kidding me? Did I get it? Nope. I'm gonna have to walk up to it. Psyduck's also in a lot of games. Hoot's in a lot of games. So that makes it a little bit easier. However, Owl, or Hoot, Owl is a problem for some things. Little Bear is a children's TV show that came out. How do you crouch? Aha! Crouch. It's a children's TV show. What the heck? I missed all of this? That makes sense, honestly. But some of this was prior to controller, which is more concerning. This is not. This part all makes sense. They get it? Ugh, no. It's a children's TV show. Yeah. So, in the chart that I posted of the Pokemon in the Discord, I essentially put down the main characters of Little Bear on the far left, and then I have the games by generation. Game one is out because there's no real owl. There, Hoo doesn't exist. Pidgey and Spearow can't really pass as owls. Neither can Aerodactyl or Dodrio. So Gen 1 is out. Oh, okay. Is this done? Can I go back to my mouse and keyboard? Who has an opinion? I think I got it. Nope. A little bit right there. Yeah, so Gen 1's out. Gen 2 is a strong contender. I'm going to say that's done, and I can go back to my mouse and keyboard. Oh my gosh. Apologies to my PlayStation controller. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Okay, let's get my back in action. Oh, well, there we go. Look at this. Look at this precision. Look at me hitting the spots I want to hit immediately. Good Lord. Why is my... There we go. Hop down. Whoop. Just fall down while I am still on my stomach, apparently. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to see if I could limit my mouse sensitivity to see if that would help me slow down. Mouse sensitivity. It is down. Let's put it all the way down. That's still, but like, what's fast? Too fast. All right, we'll put it all the way down. I'm going to lock my mouse to the screen because it keeps invert mouse Y. That sounds horrible. The controller sensitivity wasn't even all the way down. Crazy. Back. Back. Oh, actually, that mouse sensitivity is way lower. It didn't look lower in the menu. This is the true secret to the game. Lower your mouse sensitivity. We're hacking the system, boys. We've done it. We're in the mainframe now. They'll never get us. Yeah, look at this. Oh, man. This feels like a struggle. But like in a good way for this game. Like this automatic slow pace. So much better for precision cleaning. Also for like tasks that are like achievements that are to like, you know, do things perfectly or not do certain things. Easier way to make sure you're only cleaning what you want to be cleaning. Like that is still too fast. Crazy. But like the slowness. Yeah, part of me is like, this is so hard. I need to go to play something I'm good at. The controller broke me. Send me back to the Rift. I'm decent at playing League of Legends. I'm not great, but I'm better than I am at using the controller on this game. And those games are guaranteed to end unless people are mean. That's really it. It's just like, unless people are mean. Because of minions, honestly. Like both teams really have to commit to like holding people hostage in order to like make a game last for a long time. And then you can make a game last for hours. And the terrible thing about holding people hostage in League is that a person can like leave the game, right? They can quit and then they can't join a new game until that game is finished. So in League, it is, I don't know, more common for people who get an AFK to either like quit immediately and be like, this game is lost. Or if you're like me and you're mean, then you decide, well, they're just going to join a new game once we leave this game, but they can't. Like the game won't let them. As long as the game they're currently in is still running, they'll just get the reconnect option. So you play it out and you hope for the best. And oftentimes, honestly, because I usually play with people who have like the same kind of mentality as I do when playing the game, a lot of times we win those games because we have the mentality to do so. Sometimes we don't, but a lot of times we do. And it is really fun to win games 4v5. At least to me, it's 4v5. I never considered Magpie as a duck. Sorry, I read your message a long time ago, but I've been processing it ever since. I guess it kind of has like the beak of a duck. The problem is that Psyduck is in like almost every game. Like, Psyduck only doesn't appear in, I think, Gen 5 and Gen 8. Other than that, Psyduck is in I think almost all of the Pokemon games. So I'm less concerned about Duck. I'm trying to remember how I ordered that chart. And I want to say that I went through first for Pokemon native to the region because I generally like to play Pokemon games only with Pokemon who are native to the region. Like, I understand that I can catch, a Pikachu in the Johto region, I assume, or a Pidgey or a Rattata in the Johto region. But if I'm playing a Gen 2 game, if I'm playing starting in Johto, a majority of the time, I will only use Pokemon that are of the 100 added to the Johto region. And that's just a personal preference I have with games, with Pokemon games specifically. I will miss a spot over here. Probably from my excursion with the controller. Yeah. That's just a personal preference. Whoa, my voice. That is just a personal preference I have for playing Pokemon games. I think I need water. How funny to need to drink water while you are playing Powerwash Simulator. Just because there's so much water. It's funny to me. But yeah, I did go back through all of the regional dexes and try to see which Pokemon, I see a spot up there, which Pokemon I could still get in each game. Teddiursa is in a surprising number of games, so less concerned about that. More concerned about Hen. Hen really only has like one good option. I think it's just Torchic is the thing. I think Torchic is the only like definitive Pokemon that I'm like, yeah, that's a chicken. Other than that, we're like things that kind of look like chickens or kind of like express the idea of hen, which is why I was like Togekiss maybe is kind of shaped like a chicken. Blissey has an egg, which is why I was thinking of maybe Blissey for hen. My brother was most concerned about Emily. He was like, I don't know what Pokemon you're going to get to be human girl. And the answer is almost anyone. Most Pokemon games have like an explicitly girl-coded Pokemon, which is a little disturbing. But there are so many good options for Emily. But yeah, I don't know if we should just be disturbed by this or if we should just be okay with it. But yeah, a lot of girl options. We got Jinx. We got Smoochum. We got Gardevoir. I'm going by generation, or trying to go by generation. I don't have my paper in front of me. We got Lopunny. We have Frostlass. We have, I can't aim. My mouse sensitivity is so low. Mouse sensitivity this low for walking? Terrible. Why do I keep changing my nozzle? We got Lopunny. We got Frostlass. We got Lilligant. We have Gothitelle. We have I'm forgetting the order of the game. We have Sarina. We have Hatena. Like, there's so many Pokemon that are just like, yeah, that's a girl. And it is low-key kind of disgusting. I agree. Very disturbing. My brother, I think, was most concerned about girl being the problem for Little Bear Run because there's like a human girl child in this Little Bear cartoon. And I was like, yeah, I get you. And then I started thinking about it and I was like, no, no, girl is not the problem here. Yeah. Yeah. The girl was really kind of not a case at all for a problem at all for Pokemon. I still feel like I'm forgetting one of the girls that I had picked out. But yeah, every game though is missing something prominent. Torchic is kind of the obvious hen pick, and because of that, if we want to keep hen really chickeny, then we have to play Gen 3 because Torchic doesn't naturally occur in any other Pokemon games that I know of. Oh yeah, Roserade, other girl. That's who I was forgetting. Thank you. I don't even think I put Roserade down just because I was like, there are more definitively girl-coded Pokemon than Roserade. Roserade, I think, can get away with like just being a plant, you know? So less concerning there. But like if we wanted to do like chicken, hen Pokemon, Torchic, Moltres, but like that necessitates catching the Moltres, which isn't that bad. But I also just played Gen 1, so I don't know if I want to play Gen 1 again. Torchic, Moltres. Small argument can be made for Delibird. Delibird kind of looks like a chicken. But everything else is just like close-ish. Yellow Oricorio. Oricorio Pom Pom, I think, looks the most like a chicken. But then it's just like kind of generic bird. Or more generic bird. Unpheasant is a pheasant. Pheasants kind of look like chickens, even though unpheasant doesn't look like a chicken, you know? Togekiss, shaped like a hen, but also not really. So that's what I spent my afternoon yesterday researching because I have been dealing with this muscle pain and I'm not having a good time. Pokemon. I did hit my writing goal for yesterday though, so that's fun. Talk about oof. Ho-Oh seems chicken based. This is true. I was trying to exclude legendaries. Although if we do include legendaries, our number of Emilys goes up a lot. There's a lot of female coded legendary and mythical Pokemon. We got Meloetta. We got Diancie. We got Latias, who I think is like was cosplaying as a girl in the Pokemon movie. I never saw that Pokemon movie, but I remember seeing the memes on Tumblr. We also have like Celebi's pretty girl coded. I think celery is more onion coded. Celery. I almost called it celery. Celebi looks like an onion to me. Um, always has. And like, yeah, we got Celebi, um, me Sprit, like the lake spirits all kind of look like girls. Um, I already said Meloetta, Deancey, like they just look like girls. So I was trying to exclude legendaries. Let's go right through the middle of this hole. I forgot what they called the hole. Mooring hole. I did a great job hitting the center, but I did do a great job making a straight line, or at least a straighter line. My straight line attempt, uh, my straight line attempt on the controller was real bad. Oh, but look at that, with the mouse sensitivity so low, cleaning this like one pass. Ooh, hello. We have discovered hacks. We have discovered the true hacks of the game. I kind of wish there was an easier way. Ooh, hello, a bidding. Nice. I wasn't expecting it. I haven't looked up at the corner of goals in a while. Anything else back there? Not that I can see. Beautiful. I love that for me. Ah, yeah, yeah. Issues. Issues with the boat. Issues with the boat. I'm going too fast. But like, imagine how much faster I would have been going without the mass sensitivity locked. Yeah, so Hen is proving to be the biggest problem here. Owl is less of a problem because Hoothoot is in most games. Although the bigger issue is that the game Torchic is in does not contain Hoothoot. So Gen 3 looks great for the game if you consider Spinda a bear. And I do. I think Spinda looks like a bear. So I'll probably send some like team proposals to my brother for generations of games, and then whichever one he approves, I will play through. Because I think that will be... It's easier to not make decisions yourself. I love being indecisive. I really do. I really do. Gosh, I'm so bad at making decisions. Even like just now when I was like, I should play something else so I can prove that I'm good. I was like, one, there are no games I'm good at. Two, then I would have to pick a game to play. And then even if I did go to League, which is like kind of my obvious pick, I wouldn't know what lane to play. And that would be a problem for me. I don't think I played ranked this split. I should play some ranked this split. The split's going to end in a couple of weeks, probably. Haven't played League in a while. There has been a lot to do. Mostly don't play ranked because I have too many people online who want to play, and you can't play ranked with more than 2 people. So, yeah. Yeah, but the Gen 3 party looks good. The Gen 4 party is missing Hen. This is the problem with a lot of things, is they're missing Hen. So someone's going to have to get shorted because Gen 3 doesn't have an owl. It doesn't even have anything close to an owl. Our few birds are like Swallow-tailo, Wingle Pelipper, who is very clearly a pelican. And I would actually honestly rather have Pelipper be duck than I would. But Psyduck is naturally occurring in Gen 3. So like if you have the option to pick Psyduck, why wouldn't you? Especially if you're making a duck. I guess it's because Pelipper looks more like a duck than Wingle does. And if... I feel like I want to commit to like the shape of the animal. So if I'm saying that Psyduck looks like a duck, I don't think Golduck looks like a duck, which means I wouldn't evolve Psyduck. The good news is Blaziken still looks like a chicken. So we could evolve that. If I'm saying Spinda looks like a bear, then we got to go Spinda. Spinda, who is very weak just as a Pokemon, but like, you know, is bear shaped. We got Skitty for our cat pick. Great cat pick. Skitty is a good cat pick, I think, for cat. Gardevoir for girl. Emily, sorry. Girl. But also, if I didn't want to do Gardevoir, I could still do, I know that the people of the internet call the Pokemon Milotic. Yes, that was, thank you. I had this argument yesterday with someone in a Discord call. They were like, Spinda is, I forgot what they said Spinda was. And I was like, Spinda looks like a teddy bear. I don't know what you're talking about. Spinda is a teddy bear. So thank you for defending my Spinda bear pick. I agree. Spinda looks like a teddy bear. Yeah, Spinda looks like a teddy bear. Skitty is the obvious cat pick. Torchic, Psyduck, because Psyduck is naturally occurring. Gardevoir for girl. And then it's just like we have to cheat who Owl is. Unfortunately, not a lot of good bird picks in Gen 3. Who was on the list? That's what I was just going through. Tailo, Pelipper, Skarmory is naturally occurring, even though it's a Gen 2 Pokemon. Tropius. Just some bad owl picks. Just some really, really bad owl picks for Gen 3. So it's like we get rid of the owl or we try out a new game. Gen 2 is not bad, but again, we're cheating chicken and we're saying Delibird is a chicken. And I don't know how I feel about that. Although Gen 2 is a fun game to play, and I would love to play it. Oh, and then I could play Voltorb Flip. God, I love Voltorb Flip. I'm going to spend way too much time gambling if I play Gen 2. Also, gambling? Huge part of Japanese culture. Low-key gambling with, like, gachas and whatnot, but, like, it's still gambling, technically. Just like how trading card games are all gambling. People who like look for Pokemon cards. Oh, also, what is up with people paying for digital Pokemon cards? I've heard that that is a thing that is happening, and why? How? Seems very silly. Like very, very silly. I need to move my arm so I don't hurt myself doing this. Now that the sensitivity is low, I can see like some spots I missed over here and it's bothering me. Up to the top. Yeah, so either way, since when that seems unreasonable. Yeah, there's like a Pokemon Pocket thing happening right now where it's essentially the trading card game. I don't know much about it. I haven't looked into it at all. I think it's like an app on your phone that you can download. 90% sure it's called Pokemon Pocket. And essentially you can collect Pokemon cards on this game. And you can also, like most mobile games, pay for Pokemon cards. And people are paying real money to collect digital Pokemon cards. Which I'm like, have you guys never read about like digital product terms and conditions? Because like you don't actually own any of these things. And yeah. For why? For why? And apparently people are also just mostly buying cards for the sake of collection. And I'm like a little bit concerned about people. I'm a lot of bit concerned about people. Let's be completely real. I am very concerned about people. But like, that is a whole new level of concern. I don't know what you get out of digital Pokemon cards on an app. Why? I'm pretty sure you could mod like Tabletop Sim. It probably already exists. Mod Tabletop Sim on Steam, right? And then just download the cards you want. That seems like something you can do on Tabletop Sim. I've never played Tabletop Sim, but it feels like that's how it works. Ooh, big section, small section, probably small section. Yeah. So this is the thing I have heard about people doing, and I am concerned. Oh man. Admittedly, me and my siblings had a Pokemon card collection that we kind of agreed to collectively own when we were younger, for a variety of reasons, but mostly because I think none of us really wanted to like fully commit to anything, but also because, you know, we were very used to the sharing concept and whatnot. So we just all were like, yeah, sure, we just all own all of these Pokemon cards. Some of us, for like favorite cards, we were like, that card is mine and no one is allowed to touch it. And we respected that. But we had like a collective Pokemon card collection. And I think I attempted to play the actual trading card game one time and probably did it very wrong. But no one knew the rules. No one I knew the rules. I tried to read the rules and it was difficult to then like know the rules and explain them to someone else. And I was like, okay, we don't need to actually play the game. We'll just collect the cards. They're pretty. We like Pokemon, you know? So we collected Pokemon cards as children and we had a binder and we put the cards in dex order. And in our quest to like kind of upgrade our cards, we also wanted to fill up the decks. We left blanks for cards that were that we didn't have yet. So like if we were missing a Snorlax, we just left the Snorlax slot blank. And then we would, you know, very easily be able to like trade cards and see who was missing and who we needed and stuff like that with all of our extras. And so we did that when we were children. And then Gen 2 came out and we made like a weak attempt to keep up with Gen 2. We hadn't even finished Gen 1. We made good progress on Gen 1, but we never finished. And eventually at Gen 2 or at Gen 3, we were like, we're not going to keep this up. Just, we knew it wasn't going to happen. But we had a lot of the original 151. So we were like, fine, we'll keep it as is and we'll be happy with what we have. And that's it. And that was it. Until like a couple of years ago when I was working at a school. And I mentioned this Pokemon card collection to my students because they were talking about how people were paying a lot of money for Pokemon cards. And I was like, yeah, I have a lot of Pokemon cards. I probably have a lot of Pokemon cards that are worth a lot of money. But alas, 'tis my Pokemon card collection. No one touched my Pokemon cards. But I was talking about my Pokemon card collection, and I mentioned that we were only missing a couple of cards. And one of my students was like, "Who are you missing?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'll go look at it." And so I looked at my card collection and I was only missing like 4 cards. We were missing a Snorlax, a Ninetales, a Chansey. Actually, I think it was just 3. I think it was just those 3. We were missing those 3 cards. Snorlax, Chansey, Ninetales. And I went to school the next day and I told my students, they were like, huh, cool, nice, you're almost done. And I was like, yeah, haven't worked on it in years, but that's where we left it. And then the next day, that student came back with a Chansey. They brought a Chansey Pokemon card and they were like, here you go. And I was like, what? And they were like, for your Pokemon card collection. And I was like, are you joking? Like, and they're like, no, have it. Like, complete your Pokemon card collection. And I was like, one, deeply touched that this student had donated a card to my Pokemon card collection that I hadn't touched in 20 years. But also, like, it was very nice and cathartic to like go home and put Chansey into that slot that's been empty for 25 years. And so put Chansey in. And then I realized that like I'm an adult and I have money and old Pokemon cards, especially like if I don't care about first editions, which I don't. I mean, I do a little bit, but like not for the sake of my collection. But like I could buy the missing Snorlax and Ninetales. And I did. And honestly, I bought ones that were in pretty good condition and they did not cost that much money because both those Pokemon are not super rare in card world, apparently. But I bought my Snorlax and I bought my Ninetales and they came all nicely packaged and I took them out of their nice packaging and I put them in my binder sleeves that are 25 years old. And my original 151 collection is now complete, including, I believe, my second edition Charizard. I don't believe it's a first edition holographic Charizard. I believe it's a second edition Charizard. But we have one, and he's cool, and I love him, and I will never get rid of that Charizard. My nephew will probably inherit the entire collection someday, wherein he hopefully appreciates Pokemon. Sometimes I worry. It's like my biggest worry when people talk about having kids. I'm like, what if your kid isn't cool? Like, what if they don't like Pokemon? What are you going to do? What are you going to do if your kid doesn't want to watch Lord of the Rings? Because I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't want kids. But also, like, what if, like, how would I have a child and be like, yes, it is okay for you not to like Lord of the Rings. It just seems weird to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people deal with that. But yeah, my 151 collection is now complete of my Pokemon cards. I did show it to my brother the next time he visited. And I was like, hey, look, look, look. And I gave him it and he flipped through it and he was like, oh my God, it's finally done. Like it was a monumental occasion for all of us. And we were all very excited to see the binder finally complete. Wow, I've gotten nothing done today. I feel like I've been working on this boat and this stream for a long time. Admittedly, I lost a lot of time using the controller. But like, I legitimately thought I was going to finish today. I'm not leaving right now. I'm just thinking about my progress. I probably will keep going for like another 30 minutes or so, but yikes. Yes, it's like literally 2.5 decades. Like we got I don't think it was like right when it came out, which is why I'm pretty sure my cards are second edition, and not first edition, because my parents were like, you don't need Pokemon cards, but then everyone had Pokemon cards and we were like, please. And then they finally like bought us Pokemon cards for Christmas. So I'm pretty sure they're all second edition Pokemon cards, but like, yeah, it was like right when they first started coming out. And within a year of them first coming out that we started this collection, and it's finally done. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love looking through my Pokemon card collection and just being happy that they're all done. I did once have like a very young cousin who was getting into Pokemon, and my mom was like, "Do you want to send them some cards?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And she was like, "You have extras." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I do have extras. I have like a whole tin of old Pokemon cards that are all beat up that I can give away." And I went through my tin of old Pokemon cards that are ordered because I organized my Pokemon cards. They're in national dex order. But I went through and I grabbed a copy of all the ones I had duplicates of, essentially. So if I had a single duplicate of a card, I took it out to give to my cousin. And now they have a very, very small portion of my cards, and I don't even know if they still collect Pokemon cards. I don't even remember which cousin it was. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I just remember my mom was like, "Do you want to give your cousin Pokemon cards?" And I was flat out like, "No, I don't. These are my Pokemon cards." Like, they're not valuable, or at least the valuable ones are in the binder. And and I will probably never actually look up their monetary value. And that is because I don't need to know, because I'm never getting rid of them. That being said, if anyone has old Pokemon cards they like want to donate, I will happily look through your old Pokemon cards and maybe start on the next couple generations. Who knows? If I went back to Pokemon card collecting, that's definitely what I would do. There is no way on earth I would ever like go for first editions of like the original printing. They would just be way too expensive. But like looking at like getting the full Nat Dex complete, maybe. I was gonna say there's no stair up on this side. It's just a slope. It's just a slope. Bum bum ba. This song has been stuck in my head for a week. If anyone knows what song that is off Jeff's Thrift, I will give you $5. $5 American for identifying that song based off of bum bum banana. Because yeah, that's the only part of my, well, no, the whole song then continues to play in my head, but that's the part that I have been listening to in my head on repeat for like an entire week. I really do like that song though. It's a good song. Wouldn't that be funny? Get Venmoed like $5 American for identifying a song based off one probably off-key starting riff because my voice is starting to go because I didn't drink water this morning before I started streaming. Usually I drink water before stream and then my voice is like good for the length of the stream. Did not have water this morning. I have a water bottle next to me. It's mostly empty. Let me take a drink. Delicious. The water is tasty. I love water. Water is such a good beverage. It is amazing that water is like such a good choice of beverage and that it occurs in the quantities that it does, even though we are, or were, I don't know if we're still having it. Remember, do you guys remember the global water crisis? Because I remember states of the United States being in droughts for years and then being like, we hope we get rain. A lot of places in the US don't get rain. But again, like a lot of like, what is it? Southwest US is like just a desert. Like if you move to the Southwest US and you're expecting rain, I don't know what to tell you. But you're not gonna get it. I need a long stick. What did I do to my mouse? Close. Trying to clean here. God, did I clean that entire other section with just the short gun? I am crazy. Do need to hop down soon. You pray for sun? That's so funny. I kind of get it though. I personally like love cloudy weather, like more than probably most people do. But I get it. I understand wanting to see the sun, especially if you're from an area where it is like always cloudy. Like, I know for a lot of people who like live in sunny areas and then move to not sunny areas have like seasonal depression from not seeing the sun. I don't think I would ever get that just because like I love the rain and the clouds so much. But also like I understand. But I'm like, if you're from a place that has never seen the sun or like very rarely sees the sun, does that still happen? I guess so, probably. It makes sense that it would, at least to an extent. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I like the sun, but only for a little bit. If it's too sunny, like, I'm not going to spend a lot of time outside because then I'm going to get burned. And I burn easily, and I don't need to go around the world looking like a lobster. Like, being a freshly cooked lobster is not on my schedule. And maybe it is for some people, but it's not for me, especially since looking like a freshly cooked lobster also has the added bonus question mark of being in pain. And that's not fun. I have looked like a lobster before and I did not enjoy the any of it. Be real. Any of it. It's just not a vibe. Woo, look at these barnacles. Clean up the barnacles. Start going a little bit slower because this is some tough dit. Honestly, it's like low-key kind of amazing that this game, like I could just pause and it remembers where all the speckles of dirt are. Like even if I'm only missing like that one little tiny speck, like the game remembers. It's crazy. It is also crazy that like the first Pokemon game ever was made on like such a small amount of memory that it can be played on like a calculator. Like the memory, I don't even remember what it was. It was so small though. Or that games used to be stored on floppy disks. Are any of you guys old enough to remember floppy disks? People used to put entire games on floppy disks, which is absolutely insane. I guess it's not that crazy, but it's a little bit crazy. They're so small. They don't hold that much information. At the time, we thought it was like a lot. And then, like, turns out we can store a lot of information in a much, much, much smaller unit. I have just twisted my torso a little bit, but in the wrong way. I need to make an adjustment. Oof. What did I do? How am I? I'm not that old. I'm arguably not old at all, depending on who you're talking to. But like, goodness gracious, what did I do to deserve these crimes? That's not true. I've done a lot of things. If there is a God, they would probably just think I was a heathen of some sort. Unless the God is Marty. Actually, Marty Charlie probably also thinks I'm a heathen for never upgrading my equipment in Powerwash Simulator, which is fair. I do a lot of things that don't make sense, and that is okay for me. Because they make sense to me, at least a little bit. Like this one I'm doing for the bit. We are committing to the bit. Barnacles go away. We're almost halfway done with the bottom of the boat. Almost halfway done. Almost halfway done. Almost halfway done. Doop 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 doop. Boop. Missed a lot of parts. See, here's the thing. It's like when I miss a lot of parts with the mouse and keyboard, I can very easily go back and be like, that spot, you know? I can aim. When I miss with the controller, oof, oof, oof. There is no hope for me. I don't know. I am astounded that you've played this game on the controller. Anyone who has played on this game on controller deserves like an actual medal. And that is like barely an exaggeration. Oof. I think finishing on the controller is maybe more impressive than finishing without upgrading my equipment. You can see another like 2 spots up there that I missed. There. Right there. Yeah, it's a little bit right there. And then we want this super high angle to do the edge. We're living on the edge. Different song that's been... Actually, it hasn't been stuck in my head. It's just a good song. All right. I jumped for no reason. Back up. Actually, I want to draw a line for the keel of the boat, apparently is what it's called. My goal for today was to finish the boat, and I failed. Part of that is because we took an excursion into the world of controller-based gameplay. An excursion that I will not repeat for this game because it was extraordinarily difficult for me personally. And I know that Matt Will Oliver said that my movements, like, she said that it looked very robotic. But, like, let's be real, a robot would have done so much better than I did. Walk forward a little bit. Yeah, all the grime on the bottom of the boat is, like, super hard to clean off. Do 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 do. That's the song again. Still stuck in my head. $5 to anyone who knows the song. The controller struggle is quite funny. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Because it was, oof, my brain was not happy about controller shenanigans. I think my brain might have like actually short circuited during that whole process. It was, oh gosh, just a mess. What a mess. If I move this way, trying to get to a point where my splatter won't affect the other side of the boat, which I know is sometimes like a goal, but like kind of like having these sections nice and clean with the super dirty section right next to them. I am trying to control my movements more. And the mouse sensitivity is low, which is helping the whole situation. Spot there, spot there. I got all those. All right. Yeah, get the mouse in the right spot. With the mouse sensitivity this low, it doesn't feel that low when you're like have an actual mouse, like when you press E or look at your inventory or look at the menu. But when you are using the power washer, it translates to like half, which is very difficult. I like enjoy cleaning the top part of this section because the white section of this is going to be rough. Which is interesting if you think about it, because like the white part of this boat is the part that is spends more time underwater. And you're like, surely things won't stick to things underwater. But like, nope, they do. Gosh, and it was such a small section. Sorry, I'm still thinking about playing with the controller. And like I had like drawn out because I section off the boat, right? I had made myself a pretty small section to be like, this is the part that I'm going to clean. And it was so hard. It was so hard. While I'm here, get these done. So hard. Gosh, to do such a small section too. Gosh, see all these little tiny bits. All the little tiny itty bitty bits that I leave behind. Just specks and specks of dirt all over the place. Actually, this white section has been so far easier to clean than the other ones. I don't know why. Closer to the edge, perhaps? Who's to say? Oh my gosh. No, I was wrong. This section is equally hard. It is difficult, difficult. Lemon, difficult. Barnacles are weird creatures. They are. Barnacles are kind of like so bizarre. I used to know so much more about barnacles, and then I think I just like forgot. Um, Barnacles have they're very interesting creatures. I don't even remember why I used to know more about barnacles, but I definitely did. I just don't remember why I knew so much stuff about barnacles. Oopsies. Close enough. Hard to make straight lines on curved objects. Ooh, close enough. Doop, 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 doo, doo, doo. There it is again. Gosh, that song. Ba-ba-bum-ba-na. Different variation of that song. Gosh, darn it. I'm sure there have been lots of studies on the psychological phenomenon of songs getting stuck into your head, but like, goodness gracious. Is there no cure? I listened to the song. It doesn't help. Do I need to listen? No, I've listened to other songs. I've listened to so many songs. And nothing is helping to get this one out of my head. It started very randomly. Hadn't listened to it or anything in its genre for a long time. And then I was like, oh, that song is now stuck in my head. And then I was like, that's a good song. I should listen to that song. And I listened to it. And then it's been in my head ever since. And I can't get it out. You don't know what song it is, but now it is stuck within your head with just that dun 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 dun. Dun. Do you want to know the song? I could tell you the song, but then we have like the standing offer to give $5 to someone who knows the song is then out the window because the answer will be readily available on the internet. But I can't tell you what the song is if you want to. Oh, or you can message me in Discord and I can add you, or I can make a secret channel in Discord that you can only look at with the name of the song. And then you can find the song there. I can also just link to the song there for anyone who wants to listen to it. Or I could just tell people. Doesn't bother me either. It's a good song. I like that song. But I also have a lot of nostalgic value for that song, which means that it might not actually be a good song. You'll find out what it is eventually. This is true. I'm sure you will. I don't even know if that's like, how do you Google melodies? Is that a possibility? Google the melody of that and see if it tells you what song it is, because that would be very impressive, honestly. It is like very not trendy of a song. Like I don't think you would hear it anywhere else. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what kind of music you listen to. I guess it really depends on what kind of music you listen to. Oh man, look at this boat. Almost so close to being done, just the entire other half of the bottom. And the anchor. And the rudder. And the propeller. But the rudder and the propeller are going to be happening soon because they're right here. I can see them. I'm not looking at them because I'm working on something else, but I know they're here and I know it will happen soon. Goodness gracious, this spot is so stuck. Oh, I got a ba-ding! Exciting. Exciting. Let me do the bottoms while I'm here. because I know that's going to be a problem. At least this one. This one's hard to reach from the place where I stand usually. It's been so long since I've had a beding. Up, up, up. Come on, you could jump so high. Yeah, I think I've discussed the absolute crazy athleticism of the main character of this game. They jump so high. It's insane. It is like actually kind of terrifying how high they can jump. Just get that nice and clean. Move over here. Moving the camera is a pain. Because I've lowered my mouse sensitivity. That's It was fine before, or maybe I was just used to it before. That's fair. Whee! Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh man. I'm like getting so excited because that bidding happened. I'm like, I can get so many more biddings right now when I finish all these sections. Oh, like the section of the gun wheel. Oh, so close. I'm so close. It's gonna make the sound. And then I'm not gonna finish. But then, oh gosh, it happened. It's such a satisfying noise. So excited about a noise. This is how they get you. Video games as a whole, but also like a lot of other things. The gamification, the minor rewards. You're doing it to hear the sound. Every time you hear the sound, it makes your brain do the happy chemicals. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. If that's what motivates you, then you do you. You have a great time. Because our brains need happy chemicals. Going up until the numbers. Missed a little bit right there. Missed a little bit right there. I'm sure they will come back. Go down to the bottom of the letters. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful cleaning. Look at how nicely clean it's getting. Oh, it's so satisfying. God, I love this game. I'm obsessed. I have a problem. I think I like literally like told myself like I'm only gonna play Powerwash Simulator like once on stream and see if people like it. And then the answer is no, I'm just gonna play the game because I'm obsessed with it because it satisfies my need to clean things. Come on, come on. This was such a big section too. I kind of wish I timed myself on all these sections that I drew. Another beding. Beautiful. We'd love to hear them. Another one? A third? The bottom. Flop. Yep, there it is. Oh man, amazing. Ah, the cleaning of the numbers. Honestly, that was so much fun to do. I I think that section was one of the most satisfying sections of this entire boat cleaning that I've done. It was so nice. There's that melody, and man, sometimes it comes weekly, just in like a small strain of notes. Go listen to some sea shanties and get them out of my head. Probably appropriate since I am uh, cleaning a boat, you know? Sea shanties to clean the boat. God, the rudder is so dirty. Slow down a little bit. Get the back part. I'm only doing half of it because the other half is on the other side. I must say, these sections of the boat are like massive, but also I missed. How satisfying to get like the 3 biddings in a row for all the bottom sections of the boat that were just cleaned. Gamification, man, it really works. How do you make people want to do things? You give them a reward. And apparently the reward doesn't even have to be anything. It doesn't have to be a lollipop or a sticker. It can just be a little sound. You just ring a little bell when it's done. And as long as you know it's for you, you're happy about it. Note to teachers everywhere. Have a little bell in your classroom. And whenever your students complete an assignment, you ring the little bell. It will make them so happy. Just walk straight under the boat. Not safe. Not safe. I guess it has to be safe. Like, they're dock workers, right? They must walk under boats. Feels not safe. No joke. I was just about to ask, which part of the propeller haven't I cleaned yet? The front. Literally haven't looked at the front of this thing. I was like, why is it not clean? Have not seen the front. I don't know her. Also the edges, but I don't know how I'm going to clean those. Why does this part of the propeller look like it has so much more surface area than that part? Mild concern. Getting distracted with other parts of the boat. Gotta focus and turn around to do the other side of the propeller. Maybe this is how you do the top of the propeller? No. Only a little bit. and with a little bit of splatter. Just some AoE cleaning happening here, no worries. I will say it is hard to see like the dirt of the part you are cleaning when like the rest of the stuff behind it is so dirty. Hard to tell if you're cleaning the thing you mean to be cleaning or if it's a different part altogether. This part of the, what is it, the keel? Makes it hard to see the propeller. The bottom? You look pretty good, honestly. Probably the top. Hop. Yeah, it's the top of the propeller. Hard to see and very far away. Probably gonna have to do like half of it from this side and half of it from the other side. But I'm already here, so I might as well do the rudder. Which, if memory serves, I had to do slowly. Very slowly. Yeah. Some small objects in this game are like so specific in how they are cleaned, and like you got to take your time. You got to use the right nozzles. You got to like do it so specifically. And then some small objects, like you don't even know they're there, and your mouse goes over it so fast, and it's like ding, and you're like, "Excuse me?" Like I don't know what I cleaned. So, yeah. This game is not hugely consistent in that way. But when the bedings happen, it is so nice. I can see a bit of pink on the propeller and the rudder. Things I expected. Yep, the rudder is getting there. I think once I finish the propeller, I might have to go get food. Haven't eaten today. And after the complete fail of making pumpkin bread, gonna have to, I don't know, make cookies or something. The cookies came out fine when I made cookies. It's gonna stand point blank. I like how my the Twitch auto mod flagged that for aggression because it said you failed. No, it's true. I did fail. I accept my defeat of the pumpkin bread. I don't know what's wrong. That recipe has worked for me for years. I've done it for years. Maybe like the batch of pumpkin is bad and something's weird with it. Wait, I already got the bidding on the rudder. What am I doing? Going over here. But like, I don't know. Like maybe my baking soda's bad. Maybe like I know the flour's fine. There's the propeller. Because like I've made other things with that flour. Sugar's sugar. It's not like the sugar's gonna be bad. But like I I don't know what happened. I like legitimately do not know. I have made that pumpkin bread recipe so many times. And this is the time where it's like, nope. And I don't know. I do not know. So it came out really bad too. Like the last time I made it, it was like only kind of bad and still like mostly edible. This time it was like, bleh. Like I would not eat it myself even. Like it was so bad. It came out with like the consistency of a tres leches cake, despite the fact that I did not like soak it in anything. It was just, I don't know what is going on. Maybe it's the temperature here and it's like making the cake, the bread cool down in an unusual way, and that is affecting it. I have legitimately no idea. It is pretty cold inside, but I like being cold. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I don't know what happened to my pumpkin bread. I'm gonna try a different recipe. Probably next week when I have gotten over my shame of failing this pumpkin bread. I'll try a different recipe and we'll see if it gets better. Yeah, we're gonna see if it's the recipe first, and then if not, buy new ingredients, I suppose. I guess I should make something else that requires baking soda so I can see if that is the issue. Maybe I'll just trade out the baking soda for the baking powder. What if that's the error? Oh, no, but if it's not the error, it's going to come out like a rock. It's going to be really bad. I say like this last attempt has been edible. It's not. So, IDK. I don't know. I need I need someone who's better at baking than me to diagnose the problem because it was really bad. I should take a picture of my other failure too so I can have them both available. I've made that recipe so many times. So many times and it came out fine. I don't know what's wrong. It is a different baking pan than I usually use. But I also like separated some of the batter and used it for like in a muffin tin. And even those came out wrong. So it's like not the container that's the problem. It's gotta be something in the recipe itself, and I don't know what it is. Or maybe or the way it's cooling down. Like it's something outside of the vessel because they both came out bad. And I have no idea what it is. I was so happy to eat pumpkin bread too. I was like, I'm gonna eat pumpkin bread and I'm gonna have a good time. Wow, I missed a lot of spots because I was angry about pumpkin bread. Yeah, I was like so excited. I was like, I'm gonna make pumpkin bread. It's gonna be delicious. And I made pumpkin bread and it was gross. It was terrible. What a disaster in baking. Disasters in baking. I'm usually pretty good at baking. I'm like, I know how to follow recipes, which is really all baking is. Like, baking is really usually just like, can you read? Although, I guess this pumpkin bread recipe I'm following is like a family recipe. So I'm sure there are adjustments that have been made to the recipe that are not documented. Like, I know my mother usually adds extra pumpkin. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's extra pumpkin. Maybe I have to call my mom again and ask her to, like, very specifically tell me all of the ingredients she uses. Because, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to save the pumpkin bread. I mean, obviously this one is now beyond saving. It was already in the oven and it came out gross, and I would not ask anyone to eat it ever. It was so, oh gosh, it was disgusting. I can't even express to you how gross it was. I could send you a picture if you wanted to, but like it's not worth it. I have so many good pictures of food I could send you that the pumpkin bread is just like, or that pumpkin bread, not worth it. I'll try another recipe because there was um there's a baker I follow on YouTube who recently put out a pumpkin bread recipe, and I legit like watched the video and was like, "Ooh, it looks good." And I thought to myself, I don't need a new pumpkin recipe. I have a pumpkin bread recipe. But my pumpkin bread recipe is not working and it is very sad. So maybe I should try her recipe and see if it works. And I don't know, just be sad for a little while that like I have completely failed. Just so sad about the failure. Mostly because now I don't have pumpkin bread. I should make cookie dough just to make myself happy. But the more baked goods I have, the more I eat them, which is not ideal for, health purposes. Although I am pretty good at moderation, I will say. I have kind of extraordinarily good willpower and am great at telling myself to not do things or to do things in a certain time. I became good at this skill because, when I was first at university, I recognized that I wanted to do a lot of things and that I did not necessarily have the time to do them because of the workload I was under for my studies. And I thought to myself, if I finish this, then I can do the thing. And then I would, but it would take a long time. And I kind of analyzed my behavior and I wondered like why it was taking a long time. And the answer is that I was lying to myself. I would essentially do things that I would say like, I will start working on this as soon as it's insert time here. And then I would look at the clock and it would be past that time. And I would be like, well, I missed that trigger. I should just wait for the next like landmark of time, whatever, And I realized that all of those small allowances were making me worse at doing the things that I actually wanted to do. And because I had set the parameter that I couldn't like play video games until I was done with my assignments, I just never got to have fun. So, Jerry Jambalaya, I just want you to know where that amazing smell was coming from. I won't forget for as long as I live. Are you talking about the volcano? Does it smell like eggs? Oh, all the cats at the marine have caught a whiff of it too. Is it fish? Jerry Jambalaya, what does it smell like? Jerry Jambalaya, come back. We need answers. I don't even know if he told me that. That was a very weird series of messages to have gotten. But anyhow, the lesson I taught myself was that essentially you stop lying to yourself. And by stop lying to yourself, I mean keep the promises you make to yourself. If you tell yourself you are going to start working or do a certain task at a certain time, for a certain time, etc., stick to it. Don't make excuses. Don't be like, oh, I missed that deadline, so I will make a new arbitrary deadline. No, you missed that deadline, but you can still start. Just do it now. It's fine. And that is a lesson that I think is difficult for a lot of people to really internalize and learn and know how to do. But it is such a good one to have under your belt to really, really recognize like you got to get stuff done, And I think that is important. All right, I think I'm going to do the bottom of the keel here and then head out and go get Bricky. Because the rest of the keel I will get to as I do the rest of that last side. But this I will not touch unless I am like directly under the boat. So if I do the bottom of this now, then when I wrap around the sides of the boat to finish, I will actually be done. I keep missing a little spot right there. So, yeah, keep your promises you make to yourself, even the little ones, because the better you are at that, the better you will be at regulating your life. It's just what I found in my personal experience. But also, I am a robot. So, apparently. So, I don't know. Maybe take all advice that anyone gives you with a grain of salt. No one actually knows what they're talking about. They can only tell you what they've learned from their own experience. And unfortunately, humans do not all have a shared experience. And therefore, it is difficult for us to actually learn from other people because anecdotal advice is essentially never as good or as strong as like experiences. So, yeah. If you can learn from anecdotal advice, congratulations. What's going on in your brain? I would love to know. But I don't think most people are that efficient or good at it, taking it truly into all of its meaning. And that's okay. It happens. Ah! I turned off my power washer, and I don't know why that made me scream. That was like barely a scream. Only a little bit. It's fine. Really, these little spots I'm trying to get to them. There we go. There we go. That one looks good. That one looks good. Come closer to the parts that I am missing. Ooh. Yeah, pumpkin bread fail. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know what I should do. Oh God, it came out so bad. I threw it in the trash. I was not going to eat it. I was not going to ask anyone else to eat it. It was disgusting. I'm gonna need a professional consult. I need a professional to assess what is going on and tell me. I need a baker, a real baker. Oh, 100%. No, I think about that all the time. Like they pay you for like doing these jobs, right? Like I have a number in the top of the screen that's like how much money I've made so far. Also, very annoying that my number is $3 short of an even thousand, but whatever. But I think about that a lot. And also, I think about I think it's a bonus job or an achievement or something to essentially have a limited amount of water. Like there's a gauge that tells you how much water you have, and then you clean the entire job with that parameter of the limitation of water. And I personally will probably never do that. It sounds so hard. But I know how. Like I understand the technique behind it because I recognize that this is not hugely efficient. Because I miss spots and have to go over them again. Here, I'm almost done with this bottom section, so I can kind of go show you what I mean. I think the most efficient way to clean with like the smallest amount of water is essentially to do it in bursts. So, almost done with that spot. Two more spots over here. cool. Good enough. So essentially, just gonna walk up these stairs backwards because it's faster. And then we'll pick the anchor. I haven't done the anchor yet. So like, let's say we clean like the way we've been cleaning. We go like do 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 do, right? Decent. If we want to do that with less water, we go trying to make the same shape. Less water, arguably better clean. Yeah. So definitely less water, takes way more time, but the clean is also way better on it. So that is, I think, how you obtain that achievement. I will probably not take on that challenge because I essentially I don't care enough. Mad respect to anyone who does and who is willing to have their precious, precious water taken away from them in this game. Or anywhere else if you're a person who lives without water. And if you're a person who lives where water freely falls from the sky, congratulations on your amount of water. I recognize that it does get everything dirty though. So is what it is. We deal. But like, yeah, look at this. I'm doing it like this. So much water. So much water. What am I standing on? Why am I taller here than I was to the right? And by to the right, I mean to the left because I'm bad at directions. The anchor, surprisingly not like dirty. Like one pretty fast pass is pretty good for the anchor. Sorry, I know I said I was going to go after I cleaned the keel, but now that the anchor is partially clean. I don't have any time constraints today because I injured myself, so I'm trying to enjoy not having time constraints while everything I do takes me a long time. I'm only going to do the back of the anchor though, because I can do the front of the anchor when I do the other like sides when I come around to those parts. You know, as I'm doing the remaining side that's left over. But anyhow, I am just about done with the anchor, so I'm going to head out and go have some breakfast. It's late. It's arguably too late for breakfast now. But it's still my first meal of the day, so it's still technically breakfast. But I'm gonna go eat something and drink some more water because I'm out of water and have been out of water for a while. And not just in power washing, not out of water in power washing. It's amazing. And tomorrow we will finish the boat. Unless something happens to me. Tomorrow the boat will be done. All right, my humans. Have a great day. Enjoy everything that you can, I hope. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.